Are you ready to be great? Stop letting self-doubt, insecurity, and fear prevent you from building your business. This morning, wake up to success. Here's John Preston.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Wake Up to Success. This morning, we're going to continue our discussion about resolutions. The countdown is underway. We're just a few days away from the start of a new year, and I know a lot of you are planning your resolutions. In the last episode, we talked about understanding the importance of your resolutions and thinking about what your bigger reason is or your higher why for wanting to make the certain changes that you want to make. Today, we want to take that one step further, and we want to start to decide which resolutions we want to tackle this year. Now, here's the thing. We all have hundreds of things we would like to improve about ourselves. You know, physical things, mental things, professional things, personal things. We all have lots of changes we would like to make. But because of our limited bandwidth and our limited focus, we can only make a few changes at a time. So you need to learn to prioritize. One of the most famous, anecdotes relating to this, which apparently isn't even true, is that Warren Buffett was once talking to his pilot, and he explained to him his 25-5 rule that he did every year. And according to legend, Warren Buffett said every year he writes down the top 25 things he would like to accomplish for the upcoming year. And you can imagine with the resources Warren Buffett has at his disposal, it includes a lot of things he would like to do. And then once he writes down the top 25 things he would like to do, he scribbles out the bottom 20, leaving just 5. And the reason he does that is he realizes that if he divides his focus any thinner than 5 things, he'll end up not accomplishing anything. You know, one of the recurring themes that occurs throughout the business world is doing one thing really well is better than doing dozens or hundreds of things poorly. And Warren Buffett embraces that. Now, Warren Buffett has since said such a conversation never happened, but that it is in line with the way he approaches life. He recognizes that when you try to do too much, you end up accomplishing nothing. And the ability to say no to those other items, which were important to you, but not as important as your top 5, is what enables him to move forward. So how do you do this? Because that's pretty intimidating to think of coming up with what are the most important changes I want to make. Well, one tool that I've seen come up often in circles talking about this very subject is to take a whole bunch of Post-it notes and just simply start writing down things you would like to do next year, changes you would like to make, goals you would like to achieve, all of the things that, given an infinite amount of time, you would want to accomplish in the following year. And then stick those Post-it notes on the wall. And then slowly and meticulously begin to rank them. Look at 2 of them and decide this one's slightly more important than this one. I'm going to move it up. This one, I'd like to get it done, but it's not that big a deal. Move it down. And just continue that process until those Post-it notes represent a ranking of the importance of the changes you want to make. And then decide how many of those top changes you want to tackle. And understand the more you try to tackle, the less likely you are to achieve your goal on any of them. It is far better that you just take that top Post-it note, that single most important thing on that list of changes you want to make, and focus entirely on it. At the very most, don't choose more than 2 or 3, because you want to make sure one of those resolutions becomes a reality and moves your life forward towards the person you want to be. Once you've achieved that one, go back to your list, pick another one, and maybe have a March 1st resolution. And that way you can build on the changes you've made and actually see progress in your life.